gosh, we're live. Sheesh. Alright. We're gonna do a little waiting. See if anyone joins up. I'll give it like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I've had like zero prep for this video. I just cooked up like my anchors, like literally on the way to the park walking here. So we shall see how we go. Let's see what we got here. I have no clue how chat like works on this. What is it here? Let me see. Some messages is positioning all chat on this. Yeah, let's just do that. That's valid. Alright, Lydiana. We are live. Wow, such a beautiful day. Sheesh. If you're watching this, let's do some deep breaths together. Okay, you ready? And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lydiana. Alrighty. Alright, let's get into this. If anyone joins while we're doing it, any questions will come up. Lit, but this video we're gonna talk about, we got 5 points here. 1 is the law of one. 2 is polarity is an illusion. 3 is the 3 beliefs of ego. 4 is God is infinite love and thus infinite abundance. And 5 is we are the creator. Okay? So let's start off with the law of one. So I started really like diving super deep into my spirituality a couple months ago, back in, it was like late May, so about 2.5 months ago at this point. And not late May, it was early May, late April, early May, right? And so it's been about 3 months at this point, actually, yeah. And so that the catalyst for like my spiritual like head diving, like going super all in on my spirituality, was a spiritual teacher. His name is Aaron Apke, and he has completely opened my eyes to mystical Christianity, to the law of one, to there's something else I'm thinking of here. I don't remember exactly, but the 3 beliefs of ego, there we go. That's the big one, right? Aaron has taught me a lot on my journey. He's mainly been like my main spiritual teacher for the past 3 months. And I want to share like a lot of the things that he has taught me. Basically just give it my own spin, give it a little dubs flavor. Yeah, I mean, so that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Most of these concepts aren't original concepts. A lot of these things are things I've learned from Aaron, but they're things that I'm embodying now, I'm feeling now. And so they're things I want to present. Yo, who we got in here? I see a 1 up there. What's popping, gang? Drop some love in there. We're about to get started, so you got here just in time. We're about to kick off the law of one. So the law of one is basically, how do I want to start this? So the law of one came through a channeled text called the Raw Materials. And this channeled text was created because I don't remember the exact backstory, but there was this like group of guys, maybe like 10, 12 guys, who were trying to like tap into this. They were like using this like this ancient like place to like try to channel and to like connect to higher entities. And they were trying for years and years, and they just couldn't do it. All right, don't worry about that. The motivational minister. Hey, I appreciate you, man. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Hey, the love means a lot. How are you doing? How are you doing today? I'm doing very blessed. Very blessed today. Yeah, so we just started off. We're talking about the law of one. So the law of one basically goes like this. All is one. All is God. All is the creator. And there are two paths in the law of one. The path of that which is the creator, it's love, it's God, it's unity. And there is the path of that which is not, which is separation. It is the negative. It is the illusion. Okay? And so if we want to understand how to use the law of one to live a more unified life, to live a less sufferable life, then we need to understand that which of the path of that which is and the path of that which is not. And Ra, who is the channeled being that was responsible for the law of one material, Ra says that he calls the path of that which is not the path of that which is not, because it is everything that the creator is not. It is scarcity, it is lack, it is fear, it is the negative polarity, it is service to self. All of these things are based in separation. And since separation is not, since separation doesn't actually exist, everything that is on the path of separation, of service to self, of the negative polarity, is the path of that which is not. And everything that is on the path of that which is representative of the creator. It's the infinite, it's abundance, it's love, it's unity. Okay? And so when we understand the law of one, the path of that which is love, creator, the infinite, and the path of that which is not, separation, service to self, these things will show us how to live in a more accordance to the law of one and how to realize more peace, more tranquility through these things. And so when it comes to understanding the path of that which is and the path of that which is not, it's a bit hard to grasp at first, because we see things like scarcity. We may be in a situation where we feel like maybe we don't have enough money, or we feel like we're not enough, or we feel like, oh, God isn't giving me everything I need in this moment, right? We may feel like this, but all of these beliefs are merely beliefs of the illusion. And so, what do I mean by this? Let's break it down like this. Polarity and duality is all an illusion. All polarity and duality is merely a reflection of what is true, so we can experience and understand the truth. And so if light is truth, how could we possibly understand light without the concept of darkness? Right? And so we need darkness to understand the light. We need the negative to understand the positive. And this is why there is no judgment between the path of that which is or the path of that which is not. There's no judgment for choosing to be positive or negatively polarized, service to others or service to self. There's no judgment to either of those, because both are valid and equally necessary to understand one another. You cannot know true unity without understanding separation. You cannot know true light without knowing true darkness. And physics teaches us this concept. Physics teaches us that cold isn't actually a thing. Cold is merely the absence of heat. And so, if we want to understand this illusion of polarity, we need to look at it through that lens. Fear doesn't actually exist. It's the absence of love. Separation doesn't actually exist. It's the belief that there is an absence of unity. Scarcity doesn't exist. It's a belief that there's an absence of abundance. These beliefs are illusions, and this belief projects into the reality, into the external. Your internal world will always create your external world. And so, if you have these beliefs that there is lack, there is scarcity, there is separation, then your world will signify, your world will reflect that. Your world will reflect separation. It will reflect lack. It will reflect scarcity. It will reflect these things. because that is what is core to you. That is your belief. You are the creator of this reality. You are the creator of your reality. And the only way to shift your external reality is by first shifting your internal reality. And so by understanding that all polarity is an illusion, it is just the opposite it's the opposite experience that is required to know and to understand and to appreciate the true experience. It is very hard to know and appreciate warmth without understanding cold. It's very hard to appreciate unity without understanding separation. It's very hard to appreciate abundance without understanding scarcity. And so we have these experiences that are on the opposite spectrums. But just because lack and scarcity and separation and darkness and cold, just because these things are valid doesn't mean they're real. And that is the big thing. These things are equally valid. The path of unity versus the path of separation, both equally valid, because they are required to know unity. But just because you need separation to know unity doesn't mean you need separation to be unity. Unity always exists. Love always exists. But it cannot, like the being of God, the creator, infinite love, cannot understand or know its infinite love without the opposite experience to understand what it's like to have this experience. And so God split into an infinite amount of fractals, right? If you imagine God as this ocean of consciousness, of love, of abundance, the infinite ocean, we're all droplets of this. We are all fractals of source consciousness here to experience and to understand and to know ourselves better. And we do that through our individual perspective. No one has the same perspective, and that's the point. Because if we were to have the same perspective, we wouldn't be able to learn as much. And so the fact that we all differ in perspective is the value. And that is why the positive and the negative polarity, both paths are equal. They're equally valid because both are required. But just because you can acknowledge the positive or the negative and understand that both are required to know one another, doesn't mean that both are required for the original to be. That is key. So once you have like a decent understanding, okay, this is the law of one, polarity is an illusion, okay, that makes sense, that kind of makes sense. Where do you go from there? I wanna just say, yo, what's poppin', gang? Appreciate y'all in here right now. If you just got in here and you're like, yo, Jaden, what the fuck are you talking about? You might want to go back 10 minutes. Or you could just stay here, ask me live questions. Let's keep up. So I just talked about the law of one, the path of that which is versus the path of that which is not. And the path of that which is basically everything that the creator is. It's love, it's the infinite, it's abundance, it's creativity, it's unity. And the path of that which is not is separation, it's scarcity, it's lack, it's fear, it's judgment, it's division, it's separation, right? These things are just illusions. These things are not real. And though they are valid to know unity, to know unity, love, and abundance, these things are just illusions that were projected to better understand these. So we understand the law of one, and we understand that polarity is an illusion. Duality isn't real. And this allows us to start tackling the three beliefs of ego. So the three beliefs of ego go like this. There's a foundational belief that I am lacking. The ego believes that there is something, a part of itself missing. It has to strive for something to complete itself. And that's because what the ego doesn't realize is that it's searching for God. That's the thing. Ego is actually searching for oneness. It just doesn't get that. And so what it thinks it has to do is attach to externals, to things of the material world, the physical world, instead of attaching to things of the spiritual world and seeing what's already there. The ego doesn't believe that what's already there the infinite, love, abundance. The ego doesn't believe that these things are there. It believes it is lacking. There's something, a part of me, that is not there. Whether it's love, whether it's self-worth, whatever it is, money, finances, right? You feel like in some way you are lacking. And this feeling of lack, or this belief of lack rather, this creates sadness. And the sadness is it makes us feel not whole. It makes us feel not enough, right? It makes us feel like we have to reach for other people, reach for circumstances, or for escapism, like emotional coping, to actually feel like we are who we should be. And so what do? When we have this belief of lack, another belief gets built on top of it. The belief of external attachment. It's the belief that if I attach to these externals and I give into these, that these things will bring me fulfillment. These will bring me these will bring me the happiness and the peace that I'm searching for. If I attach to these externals, I will be internally fulfilled. That is the second belief of ego. And when these attachments start getting played with, when they don't start working, right? Because realistically, attaching to a woman, attaching to money, attaching to drugs or video games or whatever, attaching to these things could never actually bring you what you're searching for. Because ego, like I said, ego wants oneness. It doesn't get that yet, but that is what it's searching for. It is searching for wholeness, for fulfillment. But it is searching externally because it believes that it is already not whole. It believes that it's separate. Ego is the illusion of separation. The manifestation of the illusion in the individual is the ego. And so there is this first belief of lack. I'm lacking. I don't have enough. I'm not enough. And because of this, the second belief of attachment, of using externals will bring me to fill this hole, to fill this lack. That is the second belief of ego. And if something starts slipping away, if it's not working, we tend to get angry. We tend to start lashing out. And so we have this first belief of lack, and the second belief of attachment, which brings sadness and brings anger. And because we feel like we are lacking and we're attaching ourselves to externals, we need to maintain control over externals. We need to take and maintain control. And this control, this is probably the hardest belief to get over. The belief of personal doership. Excuse me, sorry. The ego believes that I am the sole one in control. And this is just not true. Think about it. Are you the person that created this phone or this laptop that you're watching this live on? No. I didn't create this pen or paper, but I use it and I need it. I didn't make this shirt or these headphones or this hat. I don't really make my body breathe. It kind of just does that. I do breathe intentionally if I want to. Where does that air come from? These trees, right? And so there is no doer of reality, right? Because all life is relationship. Everything is connected. We're all working together. And so going from personal doership to partial doership, which is, oh yeah, I have some agency, I have some action, but really I'm working in relationship with all of these things. That is how you start tackling this third belief of control, of personal doership. And so we have this first belief of lack. And on top of this foundation of lack, attachment and then control start coming in. And the thing is, when it comes to control, the feeling associated with control, when we start, so let me say this actually. We have lack at first. Lack creates sadness. This sadness allows us to attach to externals. And then after that, we try to control these externals. Because if we lose the woman who's making us happy, we won't be happy. If we lose the money that's bringing us fulfillment, then we'll not be fulfilled. If we don't have a job, or I don't know, if we don't make it in business, then we're a failure. I don't know. Anything. It really could be anything. This is this is what the ego does. It tries to maintain control over the externals because it believes that these externals are what make it whole. But this belief is an illusion. All of these beliefs are illusions. There is no such thing as lack. And so if there's no such thing as lack, why could you ever need to attach or control things that will fill your lack? You wouldn't. Because the lack never existed in the first place. And so if we really want to start tackling the ego, we really want to start at this foundation of lack. Because lack is what the other two beliefs are built on top of. And so how do we see through the illusion of lack and start claiming our infinite abundance? We understand this. Ugh, that was bothering me. We understand this concept. There is only the infinite. There is only love. There is only abundance. If God made this universe perfectly, pure divine order, pure love and wisdom, pure divine perfection, if this universe has been crafted perfectly, completely infinite, always expanding, but the foundation of love is everything, then how could we, as expressions of God, as thoughts, divine, I forgot how to explain the logos, but we are man, right? Man, which is what we are. We are expressions of God, just like everything else, just like this table is, just like this phone is, just like these trees are, that fence is. All things are expressions of the divine. All are parts of the logos. And so since everything is perfect, since everything is infinite, since everything is love, that is the truth behind it all. The infinite love and abundance of Source is the truth behind it all. And if we are created in God's image, if we are fractals of Source with the abilities of the Creator, then we must be made of this infinite love and abundance as well. We must be that. If God is that, if the world is that, and all is one, then we must also be that. We must also be one with the infinite love and abundance. And so once you start understanding that, I am love, I am infinite, I am abundance. Because that is all the world is. The entire world, the universe, God is love, is infinite, is abundance. It is not an aspect of God, it is what God is. It is not an aspect of the unit, it is what the universe is. It is not an aspect of you, it is what you are. That is you. Hey, what's up, Jay? What's up, my brother? Appreciate you popping out, man. I appreciate all you guys in here. I see y'all four in here. Pound it. And so if we are all infinite love and wisdom, if we are all the embodiment of abundance, then how could we ever believe we are lacking? If we always have love, because we are love, if we always have the infinity, because we are the infinity, if we always have abundance because we are the abundance, how could we ever believe that we are lacking those things? All of these beliefs are illusions. They are made by programming. They're made through past experiences. They're made through conditioning that was brought onto you by your parents or by society or by the school system or your friends or maybe the church, whatever. And I'm not here to call anyone out. But wherever you got this programming, this conditioning from, it makes you believe that I am lacking because I'm separate from God. I'm lacking love because I'm separate. I'm lacking the infinite because I'm separate. I'm lacking abundance because I'm separate. But all of these beliefs aren't true. All of them are illusions. Because you are never lacking. You are always infinite and you are love. And so if you want to start seeing through the illusion of lack, you have to start understanding that lack is just the illusion and that love and abundance are what is. The only reason you don't feel this love and this abundance is because you're not giving it. That's the truth. Let me ask you this. If you haven't hugged someone in years, then you haven't felt how good a hug feels, right? I mean, that makes sense. But if you go give someone a hug, what do? You receive how good that hug feels as well, right? It's because when you give to someone, you are also giving to yourself, because we are all one. And so if you give love to someone, you'll receive that. This has actually been a lesson I've learned recently. And for the past like 2.5, 3 months, I've been giving my love to the people all the time. And it's been lit. Hey, I love serving the people. I love you guys. But a few days ago, I realized, I was like, damn, I've been lacking self-love. I've been feeling like my love for myself isn't there. Like, I've been feeling unworthy a bit as well. And I realized it was because I haven't been giving myself self-love. The love is always there. It's always there. But if I'm not giving it to myself, how can I feel it? And so I had to start being like, yo, Jay, I love you. You are perfect. You are divine, right? And the thing is, it's like, if everything is perfect and I'm an expression of that perfection, how could I not be perfect as well? If everything is love and I'm an expression of that love, how could I not be love as well? I am love. I am perfection. And I love that. You are love. You are perfection. I love you. And so you should love you as well. When you start giving, you also start receiving. That's just how it works. That's how the world works. It's the law of karma, cause and effect. This is just how it goes. If you want to start feeling unlacking because you feel like you're missing out on love, or maybe even when it comes to money. Like, before last week, I didn't tip much because I was in a lack mindset. Oh, I don't really have that much to give. Bullshit. I have all to give in the world because there is only abundance. There's only abundance. And so I started tipping like at least like, $3 to $5 every time I went out and paid for something, because it's like, if I want to feel like I'm abundant in money, I need to give that money away. You know what I'm saying? And so if you want to start feeling the abundance that is there and you're not already feeling it, it's because you're not giving it enough. Give more money away. Give more love away. Give more love to yourself. And you will start realizing your abundance. You'll start becoming aware of it. The thing is, the abundance is always there. The lack is just the illusion that we don't, that keeps us from seeing it. The thing is, you can't just like take action that's going to like light up the darkness. You can't snuff out darkness with more darkness. You can only shine light on what the darkness is, and the darkness will have to dispense. If darkness is just the absence of light, then there's no physical thing you could do. You just need the light to shine on the darkness. And this light is by increasing your awareness. When you learn, you educate yourself, you introspect to expand your awareness, you ask God to help you expand your awareness, you ask God for wisdom. When you do these things, you will start seeing things more clearly. You'll start broadening your awareness. And when your awareness is broadened, your light is broadened, which means that there's less places in the dark for the illusion to live. There's less places for the illusion, there's less places for suffering. All suffering stems from the belief of separation. All of it. All of it. Trust me. The less and less you believe in separation, the less and less you'll suffer. The more you are realized with oneness, with unity, with love, the more you'll be at peace, in joy, in bliss consciousness. Like, genuinely, if you just see all as one, like, I can't tell you guys, for like these past 3 days as I've been out walking, it's just like, holy shit. Oh yeah, absolutely. What you focus on is what grows. Absolutely, that's so true. Like, these past few days, as I've been out walking, I'm just like, wow, man. All of this is perfect. All of this is so beautiful. Like the world, the trees, the clouds, the grass. It's just like, everything is amazing. Everything is amazing. And it's like, the more you see that perfection, the more you give that love and that awareness to the perfection, the more you start understanding that, like, this is all that is. There is only perfection in the world. There is only love. There is only the infinite. This is everything, genuinely. If you want to suffer less, stop seeing separation. When you see all is connected, when you know that you are connected to everything, it's like, it's just beauty, honestly. Like, I can't really tell you guys words to describe it, because it's just beautiful. But how can we really reach this place of only seeing beauty? How do we get to this place of understanding that we are all one? How do we see that I am living in this perfectly designed universe? Well, you have to embrace this fact. I am the creator. You are the creator. We are the creator. The creator in general, the creator of your reality, that's what it is. It's like when you go... Wait, let me read this. Oh no, I missed it. Oh no, I wanted to read that comment. Wait, hey Minister, could you re-drop that comment? I didn't see it fully. I don't know. This is like, I'm having technical difficulties because this is my first live. I'm really interested in what you have to say. Wow, man. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful life. Everything is just beautiful. Everything is beautiful. It's crazy. I love it here. Oh man, I love it here. Alright, while we're waiting for Minister to re-drop that comment, I wanted to let's keep talking about I'm the creator. So I kinda I don't remember exactly what I wrote down. Oh yeah. So a couple days ago, when I was really realizing that a big issue of mine was self-love and self-expression, and like feeling like I could receive that unconditionally, I kind of got into this point where I was in my, like, I was very present, I was out on a walk, and so I was just like, wow, this universe is perfect. And the thing is, I'm the creator of this perfect universe, of this reality, because you are the creator of your reality. Like I told you earlier, all this entire world, this entire external world, is a reflection of your internal world. And so your internal reality quite literally creates your external reality. That's like level 1 to I'm the creator. Level 2 is we are all God, so of course you're the creator. Right? There's level 1 of my internal creates my external. There's level 2 of, well, I created all of it. And so you see that, and it's like, I created this perfect universe. And so I am also perfection. Think of it like this. Someone who like writes a book, the author. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Someone who writes a book has like a body of work that they're proud of. That body of work, that art, is a reflection of who they are. And so if someone sees that art as extremely vulnerable or extremely authentic, they'll know that it's because the author is extremely vulnerable and extremely authentic. All works of art, all creation is an expression of the self. It's like when you go and test drive a car, afterwards you'll see that car everywhere. It's not that these cars just started showing up, they've always been there. Yeah, absolutely. That is so real. Like, actually, my mentor, Robert Edward Grant, he likes to say, if you want to change the world, change how you see the world. Because the thing is, we tend to believe that in order to believe, we need to see first, right? Because I'm looking at this journal, I believe it's real. No. In fact, we need to believe first in order to see. Because if we're relying on sight to expand our beliefs, that means our consciousness is staying in a box that's limited to these 5 senses. But if you expand your beliefs first, then you expand your consciousness first, and your ability to explore has expanded, which means that you'll start seeing things more. When you start opening yourself up to these spiritual concepts, these big ideas, you'll start seeing more and more synchronicities in your life all the time. All the time. That's how it works. So absolutely, I love that. I love that motivational minister. I love that. So going back to we are the creator. When it comes to understanding that I'm the creator of my reality, my internal creates my external. I am an expression of the great creator, of God. So because I'm an expression of that, I am the creator as well. And since because I'm the creator and because this universe is divine perfection, it is pure love and abundance, I must also be divine perfection. I must also be pure love and abundance. Nothing can be created from an expression that isn't true. Like, I can't make videos that are authentic or high energy if I wasn't being authentic and in my high energy. The creation is only an expression of the creator. And so if this entire creation of the universe or of the self is perfect, it's divine, it's love, it's abundance, that must mean the creator is also perfect, divine, love, and abundance. That is truth. That is the reality. The illusion of lack, the illusion of separation, the manifestation of the separation of ego, that is what causes suffering. And as we stray closer and closer to unity, to love, to abundance, to the truth of reality, and stray further from separation, from ego, from the illusion, from the negative path, from the path of that which is not, as we shift from here to here, we suffer less. Because there can be no suffering in a perfect universe. There's something I really wanted to say. I'm basically gonna be like, I kind of like ended off the lecture there. I had one more thing I wanted to say, but if you guys got any questions, definitely drop them below. Let me try to figure out what I wanted to say. Oh, spiritual intelligence. This is a good concept. So this is another concept from Aaron Abke. So basically, spiritual intelligence is twofold. It's what spiritual intelligence actually is, and then it's how it's expressed in the individual. So spiritual intelligence as a concept is the ability to comprehend reality. It is your comprehension of seeing the truth of reality, seeing oneness, seeing that all is love, all is connected, all has relationship, all is infinite, all is abundance. That is reality. And so your spiritual intelligence as a concept is the comprehension of reality. How this manifests in the individual is the individual's self-awareness of the self, of reality, of the truth, and it's the integration of these concepts. And so we can have understanding, but without embodiment, it means nothing. We can have information, but without execution, it doesn't matter. We need to know these things, be aware of them, and we need to integrate these things. We need to be living through them. And there's a process. It usually takes time from knowing and understanding concepts to actually being able to integrate and live from these concepts. I've known about oneness. I've known about separation, like the concept of the matrix. This has been something I've like conceptually been playing with for a few weeks. Now I'm actually embodied in it. Now I'm realizing that this is all that is. All is one. All is perfection. All is everything. I feel that in my heart and I live out through that now. It's different than understanding that in here conceptually, because now it's coming from here and it's being embodied in my life. That is spiritual intelligence. Your capacity for self-awareness and for integration of reality. And so leveling up our spiritual intelligence by expanding our awareness, seeking wisdom, expanding our awareness to understand more truth, and then also integrating that wisdom through taking action, meditating on these ideas, contemplating, seeing how these things affect our lives, this is how we level up our spiritual intelligence, how we comprehend more reality more, how we suffer less, how we be more in bliss consciousness, and how we be more like the Creator. That is how we see through the illusion and unlock our infinite abundance. Awesome. Super awesome. This is a cool live. This has been cool so far. So I guess I'll probably just go for another like 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'll go as long as you guys got questions. So if you got any questions, I really appreciate you dropping them. I'd love to answer them. If not, we'll probably wrap up in the next 10 minutes or so. Cool. Let me see what you got. Yeah. Keep open. Kicked by the ocean. Hey, I appreciate y'all for showing up too. Means a lot, gangsters. Pound it. Really means a lot. How long have you been on your YouTube journey? So, I uploaded my first YouTube video on February 24th, 2012. So, 12 years on and off. I was 8 years old at the time. And I've been in love with YouTube ever since. I've always been in love with YouTube. I've always known that YouTube was the thing for me. And so for a long time, because of my lack of like vulnerability and authenticity, because I felt like I couldn't express myself, because I was stuck in ego consciousness, stuck in separation, I was comparing myself a lot. I found it hard to actually express and to create. And if I couldn't express myself truly, I couldn't create truly. Creation is an expression of the self. And so if the self can't be fully expressed, how can the creation be? How can that be fully expressed? It can't be. So a big block for like not being tapped into your unlimited creativity, which we all have access to, but a big block is that fear of expression, that fear of vulnerability, that feeling like you're being judged for being yourself. If you're feeling like you're being judged, then you won't be able to create. Because if you're being judged, that means there's something about you that isn't good enough, right? That's why people are judging you, or that's why you feel judged. And so if there's something about you that isn't good enough, why would you want to create something that expresses that, right? It doesn't really make sense. So for about 10 years, I was very inconsistent with my YouTube because I had a lot of blocks. I had a lot of inner work that needed to be done. But back in December last year, I really wanted to like buckle down, take YouTube and business seriously. And I started uploading daily videos on December 7th last year. I went until about January 2nd or 3rd of this year. And it was a very good learning experience for me. I learned a lot making videos every day then, but I realized I was pretty misaligned in terms of like who I was presenting myself as, like energetically. I was very much into a YouTuber named Hamza at the time. Still love Hamza. He taught me a lot about business and about YouTube, but because of like being around him and being in his own, like his community as well, I was kind of like in a too masculine tone, too aggressive, too abrasive. It's just not me. I can get like that occasionally, especially if I need to like smack you around like my clients or something. But that's not really how I give myself off. Like I'm most more like neutral guy, high energy, high vibes. Like that's who I am. But I wasn't really expressing or creating from that place back then because I still had a fear of expression. I had walls in my way. And so I struggled a lot from end of January until mid-April with staying consistent. I had stints where I like tried to upload daily videos. I had stints where I was like making things, but it was very tough for me. And then I'll talk more about, let me see what you got here. I literally posted my first video 12 years ago, but I started taking it seriously around February, March. No wonder, hey, we're in the exact same path. The alignment is there. It makes sense. Hey, it makes sense, brother. It makes sense. That's God right there, right? That's God right there. God will show you your people. Absolutely. And so around like end of April, I was actually at the park. I'll show you. I was actually like over there walking around that table, and I kind of just had my aha moment where I was like, oh, life has been so hard, everything's been so difficult, life has felt like trash, all of it sucked, all of it's been too hard because I've been trying to do it alone. I've been trying to do it without God. And that was like the shift for me. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense now, right? And since then, I really wanted to tap more into my divinity. I wanted to go into my spirituality. At the time, though, I didn't know much about spirituality in general, but my main vehicle for like spiritual growth was Christianity. And I really just don't resonate with fundamentalism, because a lot of it is based in separation. A lot of it is like, there's a lot of just hypocrisy in Christianity, a lot of like worshiping a book instead of worshiping God. So I didn't really get down with Christianity, to be honest. But since that's how I grew up and that's how I saw, like, that was like my main vehicle for spirituality at the time, I was in between like a rock and a hard place, knowing that I wanted to get closer to God, but the vehicle for which I could get closer to God, which was Christianity, or fundamental Christianity at the time, it didn't match anymore, right? And so I was just like, ah. And that's actually when I found Aaron Apke, who has been like the catalyst for my spiritual growth, my main spiritual teacher these last 3 months. I found a video of his on the Know Thyself podcast. Super, super good podcast for spirituality. Highly recommend to anybody that wants to just expand their consciousness. That's the Know Thyself podcast, KNOWTHYSELF, hosted by Andre Ducam. Super, super good podcast. Andre is an amazing host. I found Aaron's episode, his most recent one. He's actually made 2. And it was titled something like The Lost Teachings of Jesus, the Essenes, and the Dead Sea Scrolls. Know Thyself? Yeah, exactly like that, Brendan. But there's a, between the W and the T, there's a space. So it's Know and then Thyself. Super, super good podcast. So I found Aaron's video about mystical Christianity, about the Dead Sea Scrolls, the lost teachings of Jesus, and just like within like the first like 20 minutes, I'm like, oh wow, this is everything. Aaron was hitting on like exactly why, like he grew up Christian, he grew up as a pastor's kid, and he even wanted to become a pastor, and he became a pastor for a year. But that church that he was working in was so based in separation, extremely dogmatic. They always preached about hell. I don't believe in hell, by the way. It's like, it was so like, just, it hit spot on with everything that I was feeling. And so I watched that podcast and I was just like, oh wow, this guy Aaron, this is my guy. This guy makes me feel like I can actually spiritually evolve. Like, the path that he is walking is a path I want to walk. And so since then I've gotten much more into Christian mysticism, which is different from fundamentalism, because I like to say that fundamental Christianity tries to seek God. Aaron is so good. Absolutely, yeah. Aaron's the best, man, for real. I like to say that fundamentalism is trying to seek God, trying to seek the divine trying to seek the divine externally, trying to reach for God. But mystical Christianity is searching for the divine within. It's knowing that there is nothing to seek because it's already here, right? And so it's all about just deepening that knowing, deepening that connection with the divine that's already present. That immediately resonated with me. I'm also super big into yoga as well, like Indian philosophy and the spiritual science of yoga. Super into yoga, and since Aaron like talked about Hindu and yoga as well, I immediately resonated with him. And so basically around like the end of April and like the beginning of May, I was like really learning more about spirituality, and I felt like this is the path for me. And I started on May 15th. I uploaded my first video of the Daily Stint called We Are All Artists. And it was basically about like how we are all creators, because we are all made in the creator's image, right? We're all made in God's image. Since God is a creator, we are all creators as well. And all creation is basically art, right? And so we are all artists. And I had someone who had been like really supporting me at the time for the past few weeks. He like commented on this video, like super long message talking about how he resonated with that belief and how it hit. But at the end of it, he had said, hey bro, I want to challenge you. Like, why don't you make more videos? Why aren't you posting more consistently, right? You have value to share. Like, what's the net negative? And in my head, I was like, yeah, bro, you're right. Like, I definitely have value I want to share. I know there's wisdom to spread. There's love to spread. There's a message here that people need to hear. Absolutely. But I was still in my head about it. I was still not feeling like my complete self. I still felt blocked. I still felt like I couldn't create, like, authentically. But So like I responded back to the comment and I was like, hey bro, I really appreciate this. You think we could like hop on a call, chop it up, like break some limiting beliefs, right? Because I was in my head a lot and I didn't really know where to go. And he responded and he said this: if you need an external push, you're already losing yourself to self-doubt. Start today. And since that day, May 15th, haven't missed a daily upload, right? And that was actually a very good friend of mine now. His name is Jake Bowden. And that's like my brother now, right? It's pretty crazy how God will really bring you the people in your life, bring you the messages you need to hear at the time you need it. And so within that first week of uploading daily, I was loving life. I was like, okay, I need to create every day. If I don't do this, I'm depressed. So I'm going to keep doing this. But I knew that there was still like a block in my life. And that block was my relationship with my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. And it was a block in my feminine energy. She was like the main maternal figure in my life. It was a block with my feminine. It was a block with feeling like I could truly express, feeling like I was good enough. And I got to the point where I was just like, I'm so tired of holding on to this. I know that this is just an anchor that's holding me back from my abundance. I know that this is holding me down and not allowing me to fly and to evolve to the next level. And I told myself for years, I told myself, oh, I never talk to mama. I'll never tell her how she hurt me. It doesn't matter, I understand, I forgive her. Yeah. Blah, 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 fucking blah. Right? And one day I'm just like, why would I continuously hold myself back? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense anymore. And so I just called her up. I called her up and I told her, like, hey, mama, this is how what you did made me feel. I understand why you did it. And she gave me more reinforcement to why she did it, which had to do with how she grew up and her mother, which I already knew because, yeah, we're not even going to talk about that. But mama's mom, yeah, not the definition of loving parent. Let's say that. But I understood, right? And I talked to her, and it was such a freeing moment to forgive her to her, right? I felt like I've forgiven her in my heart. I felt like I've forgiven her in front of God. Obviously, it wasn't working because I was still holding on to something. And this is why I preach forgiveness. Where are you located? I currently live in Georgia, but I actually want to move to New York City. I'm from New Jersey, and I moved back down here to Georgia with my dad last summer. So I've been here for about a year now, but I actually want to go back up to New York City. Go take over the city there. But yeah, I talked to my grandmother, and after the call I was just like, oh wow, this is freedom, because I no longer had something internally holding me down. And that was the final block. This is why I preach forgiveness. I like to say forgiveness is the ultimate tool of the alchemist. If Jesus could forgive his killers while they were pinning him to the cross, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, why can't you forgive the person who hurt you, who traumatized you, who is that anchor for you, right? And don't forgive them for them. Fuck that. Forgive them for you, right? Because you want to be free. You no longer want to hold on to that. You want to be unblocked, tapped into your unlimited creativity, your infinite abundance. That is what you want. And so there's an action you need to take that's going to get you there. And the thing is, like, when you forgive someone else, when you allow them that space for forgiveness, something miraculous happens. Because they've probably been holding on to this pain, this guilt, this shame. And by forgiving them, you can allow them to forgive themselves. And that is beautiful. By you deciding to be an alchemist, you've just alchemized pain for two people. That is beautiful. And so that's why I preach forgiveness, because it's absolutely changed my life, and I know it could change others. If you have someone, if you have something, even yourself, that you haven't forgiven yet, trust me, I've been there. I've been there. But if you want to be free, you need to let the internal anchor go, because it is keeping you from your abundance. That got real. I love getting deep with y'all. This is how the work happens. You know what I mean? This is how the work happens. I appreciate y'all for being here. We'll wrap up in like another 5 to 10 minutes. If no one else has any questions, I want to chill here, give you guys enough time to ask any questions you might have. Any questions at all. Life, business, relationships, mindset, meditation, money, spirituality, I don't care. Anything. Anything you got, let me know. And I'll answer them. I don't know what's happening. My live is tripping right now. Holding on to the anger, suppressing the, like, I like to say that suppressing the desire only grows it, right? And so for so long you've been you're suppressing the hate and the anger, which is only growing and like creating more of it, right? And so people don't want to give into the forgiveness because they're scared of how much anger, how much hate, how much like negativity has actually been built up inside of them. And they're scared of feeling that. That's real, man. Like, negative energy, like negative feelings, negative emotions, these aren't easy things to feel, right? It's not easy to accept that I feel judged, I feel unworthy, I feel unloved. These things are hard to come to grips with. But you need to accept and come to grips with them if you want to change them. If you want to know why you feel unloved, you have to first accept that you feel unloved. And then when you accept that you feel unloved, you can start asking, why do I feel this way? And once you know why, you can start taking action to change that perspective, to shift the narrative, to put in the work, to create the reality you do want to have. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. Man, I love this live, man. This has been so cool, man. This has been so lit. Yo, the live's going to be happening every day, guys. And let me tell you this, actually. So I put out a poll on YouTube and in Spiritual Entrepreneurs, my free community. I put out a poll on there asking you guys which times would be best. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people said 8 to 10 p.m. EST. That shit's out. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. But let me tell you this, between 11 to 1 p.m. EST or 5 to 7 p.m. EST, I'm super game for either one of those. Let me know which ones you guys would prefer. I'm also gonna drop a new poll talking about either one of those two. Let me know which ones you guys would prefer. The streams are going to be every day as well. Like, I'm going to be doing the streams every day. I think the new plan for like my content is I want to do streams every day, and I'm not sure if I want to keep doing videos every day. I probably will, just because I love making videos. But if I don't keep doing daily videos, I'll probably do videos like 2 or 3 times a week. Either like things I want to record or like clips from the streams, and then I'll be making vlogs as well. I want to do more vlogs consistently as well. So that's gonna be the evolution of JC Dubs. That's the next chapter. It's the next chapter. Yeah, guys, we're gonna be wrapping up soon, about another 5 minutes. So any other questions? Any questions at all? Life, business, relationships, mindset, meditation, money, YouTube, business, spirituality, whatever you got, let me know. I'd love to answer you. I'd love to put you on. Any guided meditation recommendations? Let's do one right now, bro. Let's bust one out right now, Brendan. So this is a meditation I've been doing the past 3 weeks. I really enjoy it. It's called Nadi Shuddhi, and it's basically keep winning. Hey, appreciate you, motivational minister. You stay blessed. You stay blessed, brother. So this is a meditation called Nadi Shuddhi, and it's basically to purify our channels, purify our energies. So basically what it is kind of like alternate nostril breathing. So you kind of like take this position in your hand. We're going to do it in a couple minutes. I'm just breaking it down to you real quick. You take your hand, you'd block out one nostril. So I have the left nostril clear right now. I'd inhale through this nostril. Then I'd switch. So let's just actually do the hip position. Now I have my left nostril and my right nostril is free. I'd exhale through the right. And then I would inhale through the right nostril. And then you'd switch and I'd exhale through the left. So that's how it goes. Inhale through one, switch, exhale through the other. inhale through that one you just exhale through, and then you switch, and then you exhale through the other one. So basically what that is like an energy purifying meditation. So the thing is, our left nostril is connected to our parasympathetic nervous system. This is the rest and digest nervous system. This is your more feminine energy, your feminine nature, okay? The right nostril activates your sympathetic nervous system. This is the fight or flight. This is your more masculine energy, your masculine channel, right? And so by focusing on either one of these, by bouncing in between them, you can purify them by putting more intention into either one of them, okay? So let's do this one. We're gonna do like 5 breaths together. So we'll go like 1 inhale and then exhale, that's 1. So we'll do 1 and then that's 2. So we'll do 5 of those. So what you wanna do is you wanna create this, this, I don't know what you call this, like hand position, whatever. You wanna take your 2 like middle fingers, your index and your middle finger, place them between your eyebrows, and then your thumb and your other 2 fingers would go back and forth from blocking off the nostril that needs to be blocked. So let's start by blocking off the right nostril, and we'll start by inhaling through the left. What's up, guys? Anyone that just joined, we're gonna do a guided meditation real quick. It's like an energy channel, like energy purification meditation. So basically, you wanna take your hands, and we're gonna be doing alternate nostril breathing. So take your hand, go like this, place your 2 fingers in between your forehead, your eyebrows, and let's block off the right nostril, and let's start with breathing in through the left. So let's inhale through the left nostril, deep breath. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, rather. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. Last one. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. And as you finish, I want you to keep your eyes closed. And I just want you to try to notice how still your mind is right now. Just notice that stillness. Let's take 1 deep breath together, and as we exhale, we're going to open our eyes, okay? Awesome. So that was a meditation called Nadhi Shuddhi, and basically what it helps us do is activate our left or right channel, like our left and right nostril. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Anyways, our left nostril is tied to our parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest nervous system. This is our feminine energy. And the right nostril is tied to our sympathetic nervous system, the flight or fight, and that's our masculine energy, right? And so by doing this, you're putting more individual attention to either channel. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but you might have a block on either one. I was noticing that my right nostril was a lot more free and my left was more, my left was more blocked. That is probably an indication that you may need to, for me, step out of my masculine a bit and maybe get more into my feminine, which is what's gonna happen after I stop this live. So yay me, right? My right nostril was more blocked. Ah, I see. So that probably means, Brandon, that you need to maybe be in your masculine more. Maybe you need to maybe you've been too in flow and you need more structure, more direction, maybe more discipline, more guidance in your life, more wisdom to be attained to embody things differently, right? That could be that's a sign of, right? So typically if one of them is feeling more blocked, yeah, it's typically a reflection of the things you need in your life, right? So I'm glad that could help you out, Brendan. Chill, scaring me. Hey, bro, that's how it is, dog. That's how it is. I'm telling you, bro, like, This is just I'm just channeling right now. I'm just telling you what it is. You know what I mean, bro? Hey, Brandon, let me tell you this, bro. If you'd like some guidance, come book a free coaching call with me. It's the second link description, man. No doubt. Brandon, no doubt, bro. I'm really glad I can help you out. We can do some more like mindset stuff. If you need some action steps, you need some clarity, we're gonna do some more meditations together. I'm super down for that. If you're interested in YouTube or business, I'd love to spit some money game at you. Do that right now. Hey, super looking forward to it, Brendan. Sounds awesome, brother. Sounds awesome. Yeah, guys, I've been loving that meditation. I've been doing it for the past 3.5, 4 weeks. And then I've recently gone to like the second iteration, which is basically instead of like physically blocking with your nostrils, with your hands, you basically just try to put your awareness to the breathing, like the in and out. So I'll do like a couple right now. You basically, I'm like training my awareness to be, I'm putting my awareness on like the breath, right? Going through the left nostril, right? So I'm going to be breathing in through the right, but I'm trying to focus on my breathing through the left, and then I'm going to exhale through the right. Then I'll breathe in through the right, exhale through the left. And what I'm really just trying to do is try to put as much focus, as much awareness onto the inhale through the left, the exhale through the right, the inhale through the right, the exhale through the left. This progression is usually going to take you 2 to 4 weeks, doing like the original iteration, the Nadi Shuddhi, and then you can start, like you'll start training your awareness with the Nadi Shuddhi to start doing this. So I'll do a couple rounds of this meditation. So I'm going to inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Then I'll inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Cool. So yeah, that was one round of that. That one is very difficult, honestly, and it's very hard to train your awareness to just one nostril. I found that my left nostril, like I'm more aware of I'm able to place more focus and more awareness on my left nostril, like the breathing in and the exhaling, than through my right. So that's going to take some training for me. But that's like the second progression. That's what I've been working on the past few days. And once I get comfortable doing that over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to move on to the third evolution of that, which is called Prana Shuddhi, which is energy cleansing. Yeah. So that's some meditation I'm doing. Hey guys, I'm going to be wrapping up soon. So if you got any questions, please drop them now. Anything at all, life, business, spirituality, YouTube, mindset, meditation, money, any questions at all you'd like to ask me. We're going to be doing the lives every day, so stay tuned for those. But if you got any questions you want to get at, I'm gonna be live for another 5 minutes, all right? We'll wrap up at 6:20 my time. Another 5 minutes and then we'll wrap up. So any questions, get them in now, all right? Yeah. Keep it open. Cake by the ocean. Yo, I was bumping Cake by the Ocean today. I was like singing it in my head. Songs just pop into my head. Like I love music so much, right? And because usually when I find a song I like listen to it on repeat, so I learn the song. So like I catch myself like just singing like random song lyrics at times. And usually when I do that, I'm like, ooh, I gotta bump this. And so I decided to listen to Cake by the Ocean today, and I was just like super jamming out, and it was so lit. And then 24 Karat Magic came on, and I was like, what? I gotta dance to this too. And then Moves Like Jagger came on, and I was like, yo, ain't here right now. Sheesh. I'm a 40-year-old Christian woman in Montana. Just wanted to say, keep going and keep the Lord first. You're doing great. Hey, that means a lot. Thank you so much, sister. Hey, God will always be first. Always. Every single time. The love means a lot. Really means a lot. But yeah, guys, you got any more questions? Drop them now. If not, all good, no doubt. Really appreciate all the love, all the support you guys have been showing. Just want you to know the content ain't stopping, baby. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of JC Dubs. Y'all are getting in early for real. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know where we're going. Y'all don't even know where we're going. I don't know either, by the way. Just saying. This is all God's will. I'm just here following blindly. I'm just here taking the steps, making the moves. God hits my intuition. I'm like, ooh, bet. Let's do it. But the path is not clear. And that's how it is. Let me actually leave you off with this. If anyone else doesn't have any questions, I'll leave you off with this analogy. I really, really love this analogy. I like to say that we tend to start in a pitch black tunnel, completely dark. And we're walking. We're making moves, we're making steps, but they're small ones. We're very small ones because we're completely in the dark, right? And so we don't want to bump into anything, we don't want to trip, we don't want to fall. We're on the defensive because we can't see anything. And so we're taking action, but it's small action, it's small steps. And eventually over time, a light glimmers. And it's like, oh, I am walking the right path. I am doing the right thing here. Okay. And so we start picking up the pace a bit, right? We start walking, we start moving a bit faster. And as our pace continues, the light expands as well. Until eventually we get to the point where the tunnel is completely illuminated, complete clarity, and we're striving in that clarity. We're going fast, we're moving, we're sprinting. The thing is, you can only reach complete clarity and the speed that you want to get to if you're willing to walk blindly and take the small steps first. I like to say that intuition, creativity, when the muse strikes, like these things are God sending us signals, right? But often, God will tell us the what and not the why, or even the how, to be honest. But that's fine, because God's will is perfect. And so as long as you trust in God's will, as long as you're willing to have the blind faith and just take the steps, you're going to eventually see the clarity. You're going to start seeing God's vision. You're going to start seeing the plan. You're going to start understanding the what and the why, or the why and the how, rather. That will start unfolding. But it only unfolds if you're willing to walk blindly first. And then you reach the clarity. Then you reach the expanding of the light. Then you reach the full striving. But it all starts with taking the small steps in the dark. That was well put. Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. I've been cooking on that for a while. I've told that analogy probably like 10 times, so I'm pretty good at explaining it now. I'm pretty good at explaining that one now. Hey guys, all the love means a lot. If anyone's got any questions, drop them now in the next minute. If not, we're gonna be ending in the next minute and a half, okay? If you got any questions, get them in now. If not, no problem. Hey, we're just gonna be doing these lives every single day. You know what I mean? At the same time, I really want to invite you guys, come join my free community of spiritual entrepreneurs. Level up your spirituality, level up your entrepreneurship, your content creation. Even if you're not in business right now, if you're thinking about getting into business, even if you just want to be around like-minded spiritual creators, people who are walking this path, who want to be aligned with God, it really means a lot to me if you come join my free community. First link in the description. You also get a complimentary coaching call with me if you're interested in that. So that's the first link in the description. If you're interested in working one-to-one with me, my 90-day abundance coaching, that's the fourth link in the description. Unlock your infinite abundance in 90 days. I want to see you there. All right, third link in the description. What would you say when doing multiple things trying to make it work? Okay. Let me give you this, okay? So this is actually pretty funny. So today I deleted Instagram and Twitter again. I've re-downloaded Instagram and Twitter like 3 or 4 times since I started taking YouTube seriously, and every single time I've regretted it because it pulls focus from YouTube. Every time. I believe Steve Jobs said this. Focus isn't saying yes to the things that matter. It's saying no to everything that isn't that. And so when it comes to trying to build something, when you're trying to make progress, you need focus to build, okay? And focus can only be in one place because the surface area is just too small to be in more than one spot at a time. So if you're trying to build something like a YouTube channel or a business or a skill, you want to have focus on that thing. You want to put as much as your intention into that thing as possible. This is actually a really good mindset to have on this. I learned this from Hamza. He likes to say that if you have a goal, have one goal. Like if you want to do something, have one goal. And you want to align as many of your thoughts as possible to this goal. Let's say if you had like 10,000 thoughts in a day or something, right? Let's just give that like an arbitrary number. What if you had like 10 things you were trying to put your attention towards? That's only 1,000 thoughts towards each thing. Now, if you have one goal, you have 10,000 thoughts for that one goal. That is where compounding starts. That's when you start making exponential progress. Because all of your focus, all of your intention is on solving just this. Just actualizing this goal. So when it comes to improving your skills, when it comes to building, when it comes to trying to level up something, I really recommend going all in on that thing. And it doesn't have to be forever, right? But committing yourself to a skill or to something, like committing yourself to building something for 2 to 4 weeks, that's the time period like I like to give myself. I found that I work best on that time period. Being able to go all in on something for 2 to 4 weeks allows you to build that up, and then you can get to a point where if you feel like this isn't the thing anymore, you can still maintain what you've done and build something else. Maintenance doesn't require focus. You can maintain something can stay at the same level without putting a lot of intention into it. But building something, that requires focus, which means you need to only be building one thing at a time. You can maintain a few things at a time. You can only build one thing at a time. So if you're trying to start a YouTube channel, start the YouTube channel. Just do YouTube. Don't worry about Twitter. Don't worry about Instagram. Don't worry about TikTok. Just do YouTube. All I do is YouTube now. I've tried to do Instagram. I've tried to do Twitter. And when I've gotten them, I've regretted it because I've been like, I'm shifting focus. I'm putting mental energy into these things that aren't even getting me results. What's the point? Why not just go 5, 10 times harder on YouTube and make that harder? I mean, make that better. And YouTube is what I want to be doing anyway. My purposeful productivity philosophy goes like this. You will work harder, you will work more, you will produce better work for something you love, something you enjoy, something that's meaningful to you. And so why would you not want to just work on something that you want to work on? Why would you not want to work on something that brings you the most enjoyment, the worst fulfillment? The 3 F's of purposeful productivity are fun, fulfillment, and flow state. I love recording videos because they're fun, fulfilling, and they get me in the flow state. I've aligned my entire business to these things. And because I love what I do, because I'm impacting people that I want to impact, I just work super, super hard. I make a lot of stuff. Because it's not really hard, right? This is effortless creation to me. I'm not gonna lie. And this isn't something exclusive. You can get there too. Damn, you're so right. I've been stressing about business ideas while I've been focusing on trading as well, when I can just focusing on trading and eliminating unnecessary stress. Super real, Brendan. Super, super real. That's the real, bro. Like, that's the truth. Trying to put your attention into more than one thing is only going to dilute the potential you can have in any one of those things. You know what I mean? And so, like, this is actually a good analogy. It takes, like, between 14 to 21 sets. No, that's not true. It's, like, somewhere between 7 and 14 sets to, like, grow your muscle. So, like, push your muscle to the point where it, like, fails and then it breaks down and then it can actually grow again. It's somewhere like 7 to 14 sets. How many sets does it take to maintain muscle? It takes 3 to 7 times the work to build up the muscle than to keep the level you're at. And so you can't try to build multiple things at once. You can maintain a few things at once. That's cool. But building, you can only build one thing at once. Simple. Yo, guys. Cut out the bullshit, all right? Let me tell you this. Let me give you this little thing real quick. So what you can do, grab a piece of paper and draw like a line, okay? In one of the quadrants, put add, and one of the quadrants put subtract. In one of the quadrants, put more, and the other one, put less. So put the things in your life you want to do more of. You want to add, put the things you want to add in your life, the things you want to do more of. Put the things you want to subtract in your life, the things you want to do less of. Right? Once you have this list, that's awesome. Then you just scratch out more, and you scratch out add, and you only focus on less and subtract. Because once you take out all the shit that doesn't actually matter, you can put all your energy in the shit that does matter. And if you have excess energy, then you can start investing it into other things if you'd like to do that. But you want to start by seeing what's in your life that shouldn't be, that's taking up your energy, taking up your time, getting that bullshit out of there. Don't focus on adding, don't focus on more right now. We're going to worry about that later. Right now, we need to focus on subtract and on less. That is the real. That's what we need to do. You subtract these things, you take these things out of your life that don't matter to you, and then you can actually have more time, more energy for the things that do matter, for the building, for the focus. And then eventually you get to the point where you've subtracted these things that don't matter, you have an excess of energy, you can start reintroducing or introducing new things into your life. Hey guys, I want to invite you real quick, Brendan, and I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Overes. I'm sorry if I pronounced that. I'm really sorry. If you guys are interested, I want to just invite you guys. Come check out my community, Digital Renaissance Creators. I don't know which link it is in the description, 5 or 6, but it's basically my group coaching. It's so basically you would get access to my Purposeful Productivity course, 21 videos, 5.5 hours of content, 444 value, super valuable course for unblocking your creativity, seeing what really aligns with you, finding your authenticity, and then creating an authentic business that is built off of that. So I have like the 4 sections of the mindsets and spiritual concepts, the art of creation, the foundations of online business, and intro to content creation. That's the Purposeful Productivity course. I'm also creating an Infinite Abundance course that's going to be out. That's going to be released on the end of August. So that's going to be included in there. I also do daily group coaching calls in there. So if you want access to me, besides on YouTube, you can chop it up with me one-to-one. That's how you're going to do that. That's my Digital Renaissance Creators community. That's the, I don't know, 4th, 5th link in the description. It's currently $444 a month, and that's only for the next 2 people, okay? So I want to invite you guys. If you want to get in there now, get in there. You get access to the courses, the group coaching. For the next 2 people as well, you guys will get my personal phone number, so you can literally hit me up at any time. I'll always respond to your text, or if you call me, I'll respond within 1 to 24 hours. If you want access to me, level up your spirituality, deepen your creativity, if you want to start building your online business or growing your YouTube channel, I'd love to help you do that, okay? So 2 spots right now for $444 a month, and then it's going to go to $555. If you want to get that, I want to see you there, all right? That's the 4th, 5th link description. I don't really know which one. It'll say Digital Renaissance Creators, though, all right? If you want to check that out, check that out. Really mean a lot to me. Besides that, guys, if you got any last-minute questions, I'd love to answer them. I'll give you another 2 minutes to drop any more questions in the chat. But if not, we're going to wrap up at 6:30 EST, okay? Ah, what a beautiful day. Life is beautiful. Life is so beautiful, man. I love it here. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Keep open. Cake by the ocean. Alrighty. Okie doke. Well, appreciate it, JC. I have some things to think about. Hey, no doubt, brother. Really glad I can help you out. I trade futures. What about you? Oh, okay. Yeah, guys, definitely connect. Hey, if you guys aren't in Spiritual Entrepreneurs, definitely come join. That's my free community, first link in the description. You guys can come in there, connect with each other, chop it up in there. Make posts, talk about trading. Erin, my partner, my wifey, she's actually into trading as well. She actually knows all about the trading. I like trading. Y'all, you guys got that, right? Erin's a trader as well. You guys should totally come join Spiritual Entrepreneurs. Talk trading with Erin. Erin loves trading. She trades every day. I think you guys would really love connecting with Erin on that. So if you're not already in Spiritual Entrepreneurs, definitely come join up. Free community, first link description. All right, guys? Besides that, yo, all the love, all the support means a lot, guys. I really appreciate you guys for popping out. The stream's going to be happening every day. I'm going to make a post asking you guys which time you prefer, 11 to 1 p.m. EST or 5 to 7 p.m. EST. So watch out for that. Thank you, JC, for your time and wisdom. I'll join that group right now. Hey, Brendan, excited to see you there, brother. And if you want, you can always DM me on there as well. Also schedule that call tomorrow. Let's go. I'm hyped, bro. I'm hyped, Brendan. Super, super hyped. Hey, all the love, all the support means everything to me, guys, all right? Do it today. Be better for it tomorrow. I'll catch you on tomorrow.